Welcome to the lecture Product Roadmap. A product roadmap is a high-level visual summary that maps out the vision and directions of your product offering over time. A product roadmap communicates the why and what behind what you are building. A product roadmap is a guiding strategic document as well as a plan for executing the product strategy. For examples and inspiration on building your first roadmap, browse our library of product roadmap templates. The product roadmap has several ultimate goals. So first one is to describe the vision and strategy, and to provide a guiding document for executing that strategy. So to get internal stakeholders in alignment, to facilitate discussion of options and scenario planning, and to help communicate with external stakeholders, including our customers. Ideally, your product roadmap should convey the strategic direction for your product, and it should also tie back to the strategy for the company. Within that framework, of course, is the general order of what you will be building. Clearly articulating the product vision and strategy can make it easier to secure executive buy-in. It also ensures that everyone is working towards a common goal. Now let's talk about how to build your first product roadmap. Updating existing roadmap has its own set of challenges, but creating one from scratch is a tall order for any product manager. There's so much to include, it's hard to know where to start, okay? So the first concentrate on the product's reason for executing it all. So why are we building this product? What are we hoping to accomplish? And how will this help users? By answering these questions, which are hopefully already answered before the organization decides to build a product at all, it places the focus on what's the most important. There will always be more things the product can do and better ways to do it, but a baseline set of functionality must exist even to begin fulfilling the expectations set with the questions above. So take it from the top. One method for focusing on a big picture strategy instead of getting lost in a sea of feature-specific and implementation details is to adopt a top-down product planning approach. This process starts with a crystal clear understanding of the product vision. If you are creating a roadmap, it's helpful to know where you want to end up. Now let's see how your roadmap will evolve as your product matures. As products evolve, they inevitably become more complex. They're expected to do more, to serve additional cohorts, to integrate with other products and services. A product roadmap also goes through an evolution of their own. A roadmap for a freshly minded minimum viable product or MVP differs significantly from a mature product on many fronts. So first one is horizon. Startups have a much harder time predicting future requirements and opportunities for the product, and therefore their roadmaps probably won't go too far in the future, or if they do, with some very large asterisks. Established products can make long-term plans. They have a better understanding of their customers and their market. Frequency. When you are young and scrappy, you need to always be shipping. More mature products can space out their releases with less urgency. Dependencies. Startups can move quickly and break stuff. Mature products have a legacy to worry about, third-party integration to maintain, and regression issue to contend with. Goals. A startup goals are very different from an enterprise product. The first is just trying to prove its viability, gain some traction and grow. The later will have more nuanced strategic objective and more diverse targets. In the age of agile development, however, a roadmap has become much more a living document. The roadmaps have far shortened time frames and need more frequent adjustment to accommodate changing priorities and market opportunities. An agile roadmap may look a little different from more traditional single or multi-product ones. Keeping roadmaps current is one of the biggest secrets to success. An outdated roadmap only leads to confusion and false expectations. Now, how to present your roadmap in 4 easy steps. So, creating and maintaining roadmap takes a lot of effort and attention to detail. But all that hard work might go for naught if the presentation of the final product doesn't go well. So to make sure a roadmap is well received, product managers must lay the groundwork for success. So first thing, know your audience. Beyond tailoring the roadmap to the titles and roles of the crowd, product teams should understand their motivation, concerns, and hot-button issues. If the presenter doesn't proactively address them, or either in the roadmap itself or in the commentary offering during the presentation, they're likely to be brought up and put the presenter on the defensive. It's best to get out ahead of those things, and it speaks to the preparation and keeps things from turning negative. Even better is previewing the roadmap with crucial decision-making ahead of time, getting them on board and addressing their potential quibbles before the formal presentation can smooth the path for approval and buy-in. Focus on narrative. Storytelling is an essential part of effective product management. There is no opportunity more apt for tapping into your inner Mark Twain than during a roadmap presentation. Providing context, anecdotes, sources of inspiration put the audience at ease. It also demonstrates how much thought and consideration were invested in the process, and if there is a compelling narrative for how each new theme, feature, and epic unlocks new potential for users, all better. Stay high level. If a roadmap presentation is spending most of its time discussing individual features, things have already gone off the rails, so the strategy, goals, and themes are the key message to convey. Specific features are implementation details that shouldn't matter to the stakeholders, as long as the result is achieving objectives. Add some metrics to the message. Everything in our data-driven world must be measurable, and roadmaps are not spared. The items on the roadmap should be improving the metrics the organization values and moving KPIs in a positive direction. When there is a meaningful measurable outcome for a particular initiative, it's far easier to gain support than discussing vague and abstract endpoints. Now, in the resource section, you can find a product roadmap template you can use.